What is going on? What is going on, Alad? This is
Wow.
extremely exciting. I mean, it felt like it was just the other day that we were doing the live booster event, and when you had those kind of events, I mean, during the event, you're excited, you're pumped up, but typically after the event, it kind of just dies off, right? But I'm still so excited. And I'm even more excited just for the things we've been doing every single day to continue to improve Evmux, to truly be the live streaming sweet spot for creators. And it's just been amazing. Alad, how do you feel, man? It's our first town hall.
Yeah, wow. I waited a lot for our first town halls. And we worked so hard on the live booster event. It was so
Yes, we
great,
did.
and coming kind of in front of people to talk about the product,
Yep.
also host so amazing speakers. It was a huge experience, and for sure we will do it again. But that kind of gave us the appetite, right, to do
Yeah.
town halls and do them quickly. So although we planned in the first place to do it maybe next month or something like that, and take
Yeah.
some time to think strategy, etc., we decided to go through this immediately, and start our town halls, because that's just amazing to be in front of people,
Yeah.
engage, and go live.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that that's the biggest thing that we wanted to establish early on is that our focus here at EVMux is to really listen to what features and what tools you need to be better content creators, right? So we don't want to just create features based on what we think is best, even though we have teams of live stream and people who would know the tools that are required. But we wanted to build this platform out with you, right? Because I think that it's focusing on the things that are most important to you, and that's why, like, today's town hall, right, leads us to not talk about just EVMux and how great we are and all these things. We really want to start answering specific questions and giving you guys specific answers, right? And today's question comes with, can I edit my live stream while I'm live using EVMux? And we thought that this was a great question and a great way to kick off our first town hall, because this gives us an opportunity to show you guys the power of our Pro Scene editor, which we feel is by far the tool for EVMux that truly sets us apart from all other tools that are out there on the marketplace right now. So Alad, how do you feel about the pro scenes? Like, why did we design the pro scene editor?
Yeah, so as you said, we've got so many questions about that specific thing, process. People like try to understand what exactly we offer here. I think, and that's always, we said that before, and we will keep saying that. Always we have the content creators in our mind to help them to be more creative and create better content, but still keep it easy to use, so people without any technical background will be able to create those amazing experiences.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, we created the pro scenes, because other tools limiting you to specific templates, for us it was fine to allow you that, and it's important to sometimes just go live very easily, so it is there, but also the capabilities to go above and
Yeah.
beyond with your creativity. So that's basically the reason why it's there, and we can't wait to see you trying it out.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be exciting. We actually, before we dive into the content, why don't we just say hi to some of the viewers that are here now? We actually got a first question that we can quickly address before we dive into the content. So, who do we have here? We have Shauna. Shauna, how's it going? We have
Hi,
Iran.
Shana.
How's it going? And then we have a question from Photo Mentor that says, does the release version have producer features? And the short answer to that a lot is
Yes, of
yeah.
course.
Go ahead.
So yeah, the version that you already have in Evmux, that you can just go to evmux.com and sign up for free, is a version that you can definitely be what we call a remote producer. You can either be a producer that also hosting the show, like Anthony and I'm the producer for today, but tomorrow it can be Anthony. It doesn't really matter. But we decided today it will be me, and I'm also presenting, so I can be both producer slash speaker,
Yeah.
if you will. But also I can be definitely a remote producer, and then having other speakers, other guests on the stage, and manage it behind the scenes. Of course, I can communicate with them anytime. We will talk about
Mhm.
those features later, and we talked about them in the lunch: push to talk, backstage mode that we can talk freely, very robust features to communicate with speakers.
Mhm.
And also, you can what we call co-host and produce the show with more producers,
Yeah.
either for backup, like if my internet is down and I need someone else from the team to step in for me. So that's one reason. Another reason, maybe you just want to do it together. Like one is in charge of one thing and the other one is in charge of other things. You
Right.
would like to in charge of social media and present the comments, and I would be in charge of playing the scenes on the right time. Definitely doable, definitely possible.
Yeah, and you'll get a glimpse at the producer side here shortly when we go ahead and demo just how we're able to go ahead and edit these scenes that you're seeing now while you're watching live. How we can edit them on the back end on the fly, allowing us to be able to transition to a new scene, a new layout seamlessly without kind of interrupting the viewing experience or putting a be right back screen on your stream. So it's very powerful, and I'm loving the questions that I'm seeing coming in, and we can address them all. We really wanted to focus the town hall on being an opportunity for us to answer a specific question that we know that so many of you have, demonstrate the power of what Evmux can do, and then towards the end, we'll save a few minutes for us to be able to dive deeper in some of the questions that came in. But a lot, I kind of want to just dive right into it and just
Let's
showcase
do
the
it.
scene builder because it really just does excite me.
Let's do it. So here we
So,
are,
yep. So you can see here just how
showing it
seamless we
off.
transitioned into Alad sharing his screen, right? So that was done with the Pro Scene Builder, right? So on the back end, he already had the scene ready to go, prepared. That way, instantly when I called it out, he was able to transition seamlessly, making it seem like, hey, we're on top of it. So here, you're going to be able to see that on the left-hand side, you're going to see what is coming up next, right? This is the scene that you're able to go ahead and edit. And Photo Mentor, this is the producer side, right? This is the things you see as a producer that you're able to go ahead and do and maneuver. So now on the right-hand side, that's where you get to see what's currently live, right? That's what you're currently viewing currently right now. So what I want to do is, Alad, why don't you bring up the scene where it has us in there? And I want you to just go ahead and maybe resize your camera, resize my camera, all while here we're sitting here being live. So you can see here that it's a quick and easy drag and drop editor. You can zoom in, zoom out. Like I said, it really doesn't really require a huge learning curve, right? And I think that when you look at tools like OBS and things of that sort, creating scenes and having this availability is just not as easy, right? It can be done 100%, but not at the speed and simplicity of what this is doing here. And you have to remember that this is a cloud-based tool, meaning that regardless if you don't have a really powerful computer, you're able to go ahead and withstand these kind of elements of transitions, different scenes, animation, and things of that sort. So you see here that Alad went ahead and resized this, right? So he can now transition this over, and instantly you're going to see that new layout appear, right? So this is the power of the Pro Scenes editor, and it's just endless what you can actually create. So let's say, for example, all right, we just got done presenting, and we want to do a little commercial based on the video that we have, or to promote the product that we're utilizing, right? So in this case, you can preload and create these scenes ahead of time. Okay, and I think that's the beautiful thing, right? Alad's not creating these scenes right here on the spot, right? We took time before, literally 10, 15 minutes, right? To be able to go ahead and populate these videos in here. So that way, when we go live, these scenes are ready to go. And once again, we can offer you guys a seamless experience. Right now, I'm teaching you at this current moment. So, there's going to be a little delay, things of that sort. But ultimately, we just want to showcase you the power. So, Alad, why don't you pop up the video to be able to go ahead and showcase how we have these scenes already going, right? So this is an actual video, right? So now the video is playing, and you may be asking like, hey, when I transition it, will the video start over? Well, the system inside of Evmux is smart enough to know that you're transitioning, meaning that whatever clip, whatever presentation, whatever video it's going to show, it knows to start it over because this is not live, right? So take a look here. And what we'll do is that for any of you who hasn't seen some of what Evmux is able to do, this is an opportunity for you guys to see our first little commercial that we went ahead and created, just showcasing the power of what Evmux can do. So let's go ahead and transition to that a lot and show them what we're capable of. All right, I'm live. That was easy.
All right, we are back.
That video never gets old. It never gets old.
Yeah, I can watch it all day long, man. I love it so much. How you do
and-
this? Like
Right. Yeah. We sat there. It was great. It was definitely fun creating that. And with that, you can just see just what you're able to actually do. Right. And that's just like a little bit of the features that we have available, right? We're going to have videos coming out every single Monday, available for you on some of the more features, teaching you about live streaming, how you can produce better content utilizing Evmux, right? And then, but here in these town halls, there's going to be the opportunity for us to be able to demonstrate these to you live, right? But you can go and create an account today and get access to all the features immediately, right? The only thing you don't get access to is removing your logo if you add it, or being able to add your logo. That does require a paid plan, which is only $19 a month. But all the other features, pro scenes, dynamic scenes, low animated lower thirds, push to talk, green screen, all those features are available to you. And then all we ask is that if you do want to add your own logo, that you just upgrade your plan to the $19.99 a month. But ultimately, it's completely free. Create your account, start trying out the pro scenes. Maybe it's a great fit for you, maybe it's not. But ultimately, we wanted to make the free plan give you all the features, so that way you're able to test it out and see if it's right for you. Because at the end of the day, our goal is to make Evmux your live streaming sweet spot. Okay, so
100%.
Really, right?
Let's see some comments. So we have here, I'm also get used to it, right? Me, myself.
Yes, right.
Yeah, so we have Shana is very active. Thank you, Shana, for this. And we have also Oshri saying hi. Hi, Oshri. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
And we have Shana here. Shana here loves you, Anthony.
Yeah, right.
She says we are looking great. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we encourage you all, ask us questions. We are here to
Yes.
answer anything, either now, live, or later. So feel free to reach out anytime.
Yes, definitely. So let's jump back into the pro scene editor, because we really haven't scratched the surface on everything that you're able to do. So why don't we just go ahead and demonstrate creating a scene from scratch, right? Once again, we don't have to stop being live to be able to make these kind of edits. So if you have a producer, if you have someone on your team that's behind the scenes that can be creating these things for you, right? During the live booster event, this is a great example, right? There was times where, we had 4 speakers on stage, but then somebody's camera may have went out, and we had to quickly reduce the scene and the layout to 3 speakers, right? So because of that, what we had to do was that we had to quickly make a scene. So the producer behind stage was able to go ahead and create a layout and instantly transition us without interrupting you guys at any moment through there, right? So we can see here that a lot is creating a scene, right? So he can, out of the gate, you can go ahead and create 3 to 4 speakers, 5 speakers, or you can go ahead and just create a custom, okay, completely custom, meaning you can start with a clean canvas. So, Alad, why don't you talk a little bit about what you're doing there?
Yeah, so as you said exactly, when I'm adding a new scene, I can have, for now, an empty scene that it's fully customizable, like from scratch, and some scenes that we already created for you, such as templates to help you to, get up to speed as quick as possible. Break options, speakers options on the screen, countdowns that already in place that you can definitely use, and some welcome slides. I can share with you that we're working very hard to add more and more and more templates. Our plan that instead of just having one scene available, you will be able to create the whole show with one click of a button. So it will be opening slide, countdown, one speaker on stage, two speakers on stage. You will be able to choose between 3, 4, 5, up to 6 at least, and also having scenes with them with share screen. So you will be able to create those as well. And
Yep.
everything branded like perfectly with amazing backgrounds, amazing lower thirds, etc. So you will be able to create, boom, a show and just go live with this, even with not touching a button. And
Right.
still enjoy the pro scenes capabilities without working very hard to create the scenes, because we do understand that creating the scenes from scratch, it's a lot of fun, but it's also some time consuming if I compare that to just go live with
Yeah.
a template. It's still very easy to use and takes less time than using OBS, but it's kind of in between. So if you
Yeah.
don't want to work that hard, we're going to help you to be able to create amazing content as easy as possible with just clicking one button and creating the show. For now, we have those kind of templates. So if I'm going with from scratch, it will look like this. Like it's an open,
Yep.
a very empty scene, and now I can
Right.
start and add layers. So when I'm adding layers, I have free text, dynamic caption, which is basically animations that you can create
Yep.
and position them wherever you would like. Unlike lower third that they are attached to the speaker, dynamic captions are animations you can just position wherever you would like to. Media files are pictures and videos, of course. We support also WebM videos. Very important to mention that WebM is very useful because it has transparent background. So
Yes, it
any
does.
nice animations and transitions and things of that sort that you would like to have to and add to your stream, you're definitely able to do that. Slideshows, another very important thing. Share screen sometimes is a hustle. Slideshows allows you to add the presentation ahead of time to
Yeah.
the system. And not only that, if I will edit this one, you can see that it can be either automatic or managed. The
Yeah.
reason is that automatic is very useful if you have a lot of logos that you just want to have them one by one running on the screen. You can do that and add the logos and position them in the right order of the slides, and then just make it automatically. Or managed if it's more of a presentation that you want the speakers to be
Yeah.
able to advance the slides on their own time. Instead of sharing screen, you can choose who are the speakers that are going to be available to advance the slides, and only them will be able to do that. Other speakers, of course, will be able to see the slides, but they won't be able to advance the slides. In share screen, it's only the person sharing the screen can advance slides. Even the producer cannot, which is very frustrating. So we kind of solved that challenge here.
Yeah, I
What
think that,
else?
and I think the biggest thing that we have here is just the flexibility, right? So let's go look.
Right.
We have some comments coming in about some of the things that you're showing here. So why don't we go ahead and transition to a scene of me and you talking to be able to just keep showcasing the power of what we have here, right? So we have the
Let's
scene
do it.
already pre-populated, right? We're gonna bring it into the left hand side, and then we're gonna go ahead and transition over, and you're going to see here now, right, that you're going to see me on screen. Alad's going to go ahead and add himself to the scene as well for us to be able to go ahead and communicate. But this is going to be a way for us to be able to go ahead and add some additional comments. I think some good ones actually
Here
came
I
in
am.
here. Here we go.
The
Right.
power of editing things when I'm live.
Right, without having to stop. And I think one of the
Yeah.
questions here we got from Dima said, "Wow, that's awesome," which is great. And
Thank
then
you, Dima.
yep, and we have here Photo Mentor. Yeah, what she says, pre-production is where the most time and cost comes in, right? And I 100% agree with you. And it truly is, right? And when you have the availability to not only be able to set up your live streams or the content you're creating beforehand and ensuring that it's ready to go, but the flexibility to being able to power it on, right? Just like you see other tools, right? Like OBS and things of that sort, where if you make the scenes ahead of time and things are not going to change, yeah, you can pre-populate them in there, right? And they'll be there every time you upload the software. Same thing with Evmux, right? The only differentiating factor is that, and you guys will see in an upcoming video where I'm going to actually start doing challenges where I'm going to challenge people who are, masters in OBS, Streamlabs, and all these other tools, even if you're not a master, but just truly to show you that although you can do the same things in OBS with Evmux, the only difference is that what's more important to you, right? Is it the time, the cost, right? Like how many plugins, scripts do you need for OBS, right? How many tools do you need to be able to utilize it? And one of the biggest things that we hear, right, when people want to transition from internal software to a web-based solution is that, when I open up OBS, when I open up Streamlabs, it's too much. It's too much, right? It's very confusing. I don't know where to click first or what needs to be done. And just like everything, it has a learning curve. But with Evmux, you can kind of get in there and spend 15, 20 minutes and set up one live stream. And after that, you're good to go and you know how to utilize the platform. So I think that's the biggest thing. And Mentor said, it would be nice to populate lower thirds from external data sources or spreadsheets. So you are able to go ahead and upload a full presentation that you have in Google Sheets and things of that sort directly into Evmux and have it play in the software, right? We built that integration to alleviate the need to have to screen share, right? Because we know the technical difficulties that can happen, right? Sometimes you share the wrong screen, you have the wrong tab open, right? So, and there's just a lot of complications. So if you do the pre-planning beforehand and take advantage of all the features that the Pro Scenes Builder has available, you're going to be able to have a very smooth, successful presentation when you're doing that. So it's really important, right? It eliminates
Yeah.
having to have a powerful PC, right?
And
And I
I
think
can't
that's
agree more with
yeah,
Photo Mentor. I guess
yeah,
it's a business name, so
yeah,
you can definitely chat and let us know your real name. But yeah, one of the advantages of web-based is the computer resources that you use less, of course.
right.
And specifically, if we're talking about multi-stream to multiple platforms, that's like a huge win for the web-based solutions.
Yeah. And you asked about lower thirds. And like I said, inside of the Pro Scenes Builder, if we go back to the Pro Scenes Builder, we can take a look at how you can go ahead and add WebM files, right? That you can add as animated lower thirds, and you can place them anywhere on the screen where you're currently at. So you can come into media files, right? And when you select media files, you're going to be able to upload videos by selecting new, and you would be able to upload your animated lower thirds, right? You can go ahead and transitions, right? And things of that sort that you can go ahead and upload directly inside of Evmux to be able to utilize those, right? But we do have animated lower thirds built in as well, right? So if you go to a scene here on the left-hand side, maybe where we can see maybe just me by myself or just both of us here, we can go ahead and edit the animated lower third. So I want you to edit the animated lower third. So you see here first, before you click there, let's just show them the menu that's available there, because I think it's important to you to see just like how much we put in thought into the tools that you're going to need, right? Like it wasn't about like how many features can we just clam into Evmux. It was like, what are the most important tools that you need right now to be able to produce a high quality stream, whether it's live or recorded, right? We wanted to go ahead and do that for you. So if you look at here, when you click on the lower third that you want to edit, right? So a lot's currently selected on mine. When you click it, you're going to see different options here to be able to edit and customize the lower third to your liking, right? You can have it have an animation like it's happening for us, right? Where it's not on the screen all the time, it comes and goes, right? You can delay before it starts, you can hide it, you can always show it. You can have it with a title, you can change the color. So it's the little details, but it's the things that matter the most, right? How important it is for somebody to know the topic of your show, or to know your title, or the things that you're credible for, and things of that sort. So, but one of the things I love is that you see that we have the logo added there, right? So when you add a speaker, or you add someone into the production of your backstage, right, you're able to go ahead and add their logo in there, meaning that you can add your logo in there as well. So that way it automatically populates when you have the animated lower third. And you saw that we were doing that. We had tons of speakers at the Live Booster event, and each one of them had the opportunity to be able to display their own logo in the lower thirds. And this is something we did beforehand. Once again, I think it's important that we acknowledge that the reason why the pro scenes is so powerful is not only because you can edit while you're live, but it's simply because it gives you the availability to be able to pre-plan, okay, your event, your live stream, your webinar pre-hand, right? We know what planning can do to the success of creating content, right? So let's go ahead and see here. We have Lee. We have a question from Lee coming in. Let's take a look there. Lee, the man behind the photo mentor. Love it. Love it. Love it. So we said, can you import lower thirds from an uploaded data source like a CSV, etc.? So what you can't upload it directly from a CSV. Okay.
Correct. No, we
As
don't
you
support
have,
that yet.
yeah, you have to go ahead and convert it, okay, into a WebM file, right?
It
And then
can
you're
be a
able,
WebM. A
it can be
WebM,
a
if you would
PNG,
like to make it animated, it
right?
must be a WebM file. If you would like it to be static, then a picture.
Yeah,
PNG,
PNG, JPEG, you can add
APG, yeah.
those, yeah, in there, to be able to go ahead and customize it. And unlike a lot of the softwares that is currently available, right? Unless it's a full blown editor, right? You're very limited on the positioning of your animated lower thirds, right? So the pro scene, I think that's just what it truly means, right? Like you can edit any aspect of the scene. There doesn't have to be where like, hey, we're using the same tool, but my stream looks exactly like my neighbor's stream, right? Like there's just no kind of customization available because everyone's doing the same thing, right? Everybody's restricted to certain amount of layouts that are in the platform. But here, it's all about your creativity, right? What do you want to have in the background? Where do you want to position yourself? What shape do you want to have? Like if Alad were to click on one of the images, right? He can actually change the shape of the camera. So click on there, right? Go to magic animation. Okay. And then go to border radius, and he can go ahead and take it all the way to the top, take it all the way, right? And you can take a look here and go ahead and transition us. And you can take a look that we're able to also edit, right? Our camera doesn't have to look the same way, right? You want to add an overlay to your webcam to change the look and feel of it, you can do that. And I think that this is what we really wanted to drill home on this town hall, is that I believe that there's so many web-based, cloud-based solutions out there, and a lot of them fall into the same kind of features that when you see another web-based solution come available, you're just like, oh, it's just the same, right? But we really wanted to establish that it's truly not, because if we just launched Evmux just with the Pro Scenes Builder, that alone is a game changer in itself, right? So I think that that's why we had that question, can I edit my stream while I'm live? Because it's one of the biggest things that you find as challenges when you're a one-person show, right? When you're sitting here and you're like, oh man, I didn't make the scene, or how do I change this, or how do I make this layout, right? There's no panic, because you know that as long as you're calm on camera and you're working on the back end editing, right? Nobody needs to know. You're able to go ahead and make these customizations on the fly. And I think that that's the biggest aspect there. A lot out of the pro, what is your favorite, tool from the Pro Scenes Builder? You know what I mean? Because I mean, there's so many things we can do.
Yeah, actually a lot of tools, but one of the best features that I see, and again, always thinking about get it like the balance between creativity but still
Right.
get it easy to use for you. We have a great feature that I think we didn't talk about long enough, which is, and I will show you because it's just amazing,
Yeah.
the auto switch. What auto switch means? It means that, let's say we have a countdown. So after the countdown, we would like to play something. Okay, so let's say again, I want after the countdown to have Anthony and I immediately on the screen without being like frustrated, to be very accurate exactly when the
Mm,
countdown is finished, to be able to transition to Anthony and I. So we can go to the magic animation here, and then we have a lot of different features about the videos. We won't dive all of them in all of them right now,
yeah.
but for to talk specifically about the auto switch, we can choose what will be the scene that we will play right after the video,
Okay.
also the dynamic scene.
Okay.
Okay, of course we can choose to loop the video. It doesn't have to be an auto switch. We can decide not to loop and also not to auto switch, and then it will just end up on the last frame. That's also fine.
Right.
That doesn't make sense in most of the cases, but yeah, it's okay. Like, it's doable. And then I can choose that right after the countdown, I would like to have Anthony and Elad live. So
Yeah.
once, even today, we had the countdown. Me as the producer, I didn't have to be in any frustration, to be
Yeah.
very accurate when I'm playing the next scene. And moreover, the speakers get heads up of 10 seconds popping up to them, telling them that they are going
Yeah.
to be live in 10 seconds, and then a countdown 9, 8, 7 until they are live.
Yeah.
That's super
I
helpful
mean,
for the producers.
I don't think you're giving that feature enough credit, because it's just if we could just like retouch on what Alad just said there, right? Like an auto switcher. Okay. Like, so do you understand the power of what that does for somebody who is just a single creator, right? Or even as a producer, right? The ability to be able to tell Evmux, hey, I have this scene coming on next, and after this scene is done, please run this next scene for me, right? Just like Alad said,
Exactly.
when we started our countdown timer, hands free. Here we are, we're live, right? Because the system was set up in that way. And I think that it's just like, you know what? Like, that's now 100% my favorite feature, right? I was thinking about
I
something
convinced you.
completely
That's
else,
good.
but you just sold me right here, right now, because
That's my
um,
job.
it's important. I think that yeah, it's the little things like that that just kind of showcase you that it's just like the small details. I think that those are not things that just happen overnight, right? It's a lot of listening, it's a lot of surveying, it's a lot of asking questions, right? What is the ultimate goal that Evmux wants to accomplish, right? We want to break the barrier of making it as easy as possible for you to be able to create content, right?
Exactly.
Every year as we go, content is going to become more and more important, right? And if we can alleviate the amount of stress, the amount of tools, the amount of money you have to spend to get started, right? And you can just start creating content and look professional while you're at it, then it's a win for us, right? So
Big
that's
win.
why it's important that, as a creator, you really take what we're saying seriously, that we truly want to hear from you, right? We want your questions, we want your emails, right? How are you utilizing Evmux? Reach out to us, get on a call. Hey, this is what I'm currently doing. Does Evmux fit in that, right? We can tailor what it is that you want, right? We can kind of tell you what the roadmap is looking like. So I think that it's important that when you have a software like Evmux that's just launching, right? We're in the early stages, right? That's when we're the most flexible, right? When we're the most flexible, the most agile, we're able to take the most risk, right? Because I think that it's about us breaking the barrier and being different and approaching problems that creators have differently, right? And not saying, oh, we will, but no, here it is, right? We did it. We created it for you. And now go out there and make content, right? And I think that that's super important. I just get excited, right? I get emotional about this
Me
because
too. Me too.
I've been passionate about live stream for quite some time. And when Evmux became available and me and Elad started working together on Evmux, it just really, I really knew what we were going to create. And when you have a team that's passionate about the creator and how we communicate in the community that we're trying to build, and helping professionals and brands and individual creators like have the power of being able to create a show, a webinar, an event, to educate, to teach, to entertain, it's just powerful, right? You don't need a
Yeah.
heavy streaming computer, right? A lot, like you
Yeah,
just
I
don't.
couldn't agree more with what you're saying, and that's just exactly what we're saying all the
Yeah,
time. We created Evmux with content creators in mind, and it means
right,
that we want to listen to you. Let us know what is missing for you. What are the
right,
challenges that you are facing? We enjoy of creating things that helps you. So just
yeah,
take advantage of that. That we're in the early stages and really open to listen up. But I promise all of you,
right,
we will be big, but we will still listen, because this is what we
right,
believe. This is always how we created our products in all of my career.
yeah,
That's the way to listen to the audience. You know better than anyone what are the challenges, where are the
right,
pains, right? So we are here to solve your pains and make it as easy as
mhm,
possible, but also as robust and professional as possible. Always this
right,
balance, right? Because you want to go live in a click, but you want also that it will look amazing, and you want also that if you have one speaker on stage and then four speakers right after, the transition will be smooth and not like adding one by one,
mhm,
that it doesn't, and then switching the position because you didn't like how it looks. You want to be able to do it ahead of time and make sure it's smooth and the show itself looks amazing. So we are
right,
here to deliver. We're not perfect, we know that, and we will improve. Even
100%.
10 years from now we will improve all the time, strive to improvement. Michael Jordan, any summer, improved himself, right?
Yeah,
And upgraded his game. So we're not Michael Jordan yet, but we're working on it, and we need your help to get there.
right. And I love the comments that are coming in, because I think that it's important that, like you said, it's the most important thing, and I think that that's what really drew me so much to Evmux and wanting to join the team, was simply the fact of, like, they truly do care about, like, the end user, right? Like, I think that it doesn't matter how great we are, right? If the tool is not working, to be able to make you as great as you are, right? And to showcase your message, right? To help you connect with your audience. And I think that that's something that humbled me, knowing that regardless of how big we get, right, there needs to be that connection that we have with you guys, to be able to listen, because we have tons of features in the work, trust me, because I think it's just important that it's all about our own limitation, right? What EVMUS can do is only what we think that it can do, right? So the more that we can go ahead and create and envision what tools and what features, right? And it doesn't just come from my mind. It doesn't come from Alad's mind or the team's mind, right? It comes from your minds, because everybody thinks differently. And sometimes you need somebody who's outside of the box, right? To be able to say, hey, have you ever thought about this, right? There was a comment in here that I saw from Shauna that said we need to add beauty filters, right? Those are the little things that as a guy, you're not like, oh, I need a beauty filter, right? But having those availability to be able to utilize a tool, to be able to make your appearance look great, to make your background look great, right? To add different color effects, I think it's important, right? And that's thinking at another level, right? What are the features that Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram, right? You can have all these filters. It's become something where pictures are hardly taken without filters, right? So it's very rare to see that in there. So I think that's a great mention there. But um like a lot said, right, we're not perfect, and I think that that's the authenticity that you're going to get and the transparency you're going to get here with Evmux. And just like I said, right, we start before you're ready. Come out there and show you guys the product that we have, so you guys can go ahead and start creating content, right? We sitting down a lot, it's like, hey, what features should we include in our free plan, right? What should we include in our paid? Like, no, give them everything, right? Give them everything in the free, because at the end of the day, what we want to showcase is what we've created, right? And these tools that are available for you, right? Now, if you have we'd love for you to have the EVMux logo in your live streaming your content all day long, right? Like, that's totally fine. So take advantage of that. Utilize the free tools, right? But we all know how important branding is and things of that sort. And we also know that in order for us to be able to be sustainable and to be able to continue to build these features and help the team out, right, we have to sustain, right? And that's where we just decided to say, your watermark, you want to remove it, upgrade to a plan. But other than that, take advantage of all the features and create that content that you've been either hesitant to create or things of that sort. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
yeah, exactly. We had a lot of not arguments, but let's say discussions
Yeah.
on how the pricing should look.
Yeah.
And we decided to go with like almost everything, like everything actually for free besides the
Right.
logo thing, because if you
Right.
want to, yeah, to take off the logo, so you need to pay something. But try it out. We don't want to limit you when you try
Right.
live streaming. We want you to be able to explore the product as much as you want. Again, talk to us, watch the videos. In everything you do, we encourage you to be a professional, right? So if you are a content creator, yeah, you want things to be very, very easy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But you want to do it good, you know, teach, teach
Right.
yourself, learn, see some
Right.
videos. It's
Right.
not like in OBS that you need to be an expert. Literally, videos of like take half an hour watching videos. I assure you, you will be in this level of content creation in
Yeah.
Evmux rather than
100%.
without this half an hour. That's it.
100%. And that leads me to say, on Monday, on the YouTube channel, we'll be releasing a full demo, allowing you to be able to see a deeper walkthrough where I show you each individual feature and what you're able to do with it. Hoping that the more that I can educate you on how to utilize EVMux, the easier it is going to be for you to actually start creating content, right? Because we know there's tons of content creators currently right now who are probably at this very moment creating content, right? The creator economy is just growing. Brands and businesses are understanding the power of live video, of creating content, and actually diving into the space full force as like, there's no longer can you launch a business without thinking about the kind of content you're going to create and the kind of community you're going to build online, right? So we know that's not going anywhere. Live stream is even going to grow even more as we get deeper into 2022, right? So at that time, it's like, hey, there's a lot of people that are new, right? That are just like, hey, I love this live stream aspect or let's just creating content, but just like, where do I start? What do I think about? What tool do I use? What gear do I need to use? What platforms? How do I connect to Facebook? How do I connect to YouTube? And I remember that Lee asked a question earlier saying, how are the comments managed inside of EVMux, right? And you can quickly showcase the screen here a lot if you like. But once again, inside of EVMux, regardless of how many platforms you're streaming on, if it's a platform that is integrated directly into EVMux, like Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, your Facebook page, your Facebook group, and things of that sort, comments are going to display directly inside of the EVMux dashboard, allowing you to be able to see all the comments from all platforms without having to have multiple tabs open, right? Like, how can you keep up with that? So, this isn't a wow feature, but I just want to show you that what we're thinking about is how can we make it easier for you, right? So when you see that, not only does it populate the comments on screen, but it also adds the platform's logo, allowing you yourself and your audience to see, man, comments are coming in from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from YouTube, right? We're multi-streaming. We're doing the heavy lifting for you, right? For anybody in the audience who doesn't utilize a cloud-based tool, right? And you know what kind of strain that puts on your PC, right? Now, if you're live streaming and you're using tools like that, you're going to invest a good amount of money in your computer to be able to sustain that, right? Because it's not just, oh, I'm going to stream to Facebook. Okay, cool. Your computer could probably handle that. Doesn't need to be pretty heavy. But the minute you add YouTube, okay, things start to slow down a little bit, right? The minute you go ahead and add another platform, starts to slow down, right? So at the end of the day, a normal PC that you buy, right, that's not built for streaming, is probably not going to be able to sustain that and give you a good quality experience, right? You may be streaming at 360p, right? And at that point, you're better off just creating a recording. But ultimately, I just wanted you guys to see just how powerful EVMux truly is. And we're going to continue to learn and evolve. And it's just too many content creators, worry about, like you said, Lee, how instead of the why. And I think that's truly important there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are so excited for this
Right.
first town hall, and we were trying to focus on one feature today, which is
Right.
what and how. Let's bring it on. Our topic for today, if you remember, how you
Yeah.
can edit your content while you are live. So we hope that we answered the question. Encourage you all to try it out. Again, it's free. Just try it out. We are so confident that once you
Right.
try, you will fall in love. And if you don't, at least you will give us feedback and say what's missing, and we will get
Right.
better. So please go in, try it out, see yourself how easy it is.
Right.
And again, what's not easy to you, let us know. We will make it easier.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
that's about that. And we're going to do those town halls
Every
weekly,
week. Yeah.
every week, every Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern,
Yep.
and 7 p.m. Central Europe. So we try to do it in a time that it just fits into
Multiple.
most of the world. We are trying our
Mhm.
best. Me myself, I live in Florida. Anthony as well. We have teams in Israel. We have also people in the Pacific. So we try to make it easy to everyone.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach out to us also in between. Like, don't wait to the next town hall. We are
Yeah.
here anytime. You can reach out for us on Facebook. We have an exclusive group for Evmux users. We have LinkedIn page, Facebook page, YouTube channel. You can subscribe, of course. We're going to also upload videos weekly with tutorials on how to better use Evmux as a tool. We are here. We want to hear from
Yeah.
you. We are everywhere. Just reach out and get better as content creators, and we will get better as a tool.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that is powerful, And I see that we also had Ross Brand from here from Live Streaming Universe that actually came by, and he was actually a speaker at the Live Booster event.
Hi,
So if you
Ross.
didn't catch the Live Booster event and his talk on the future of live streaming, you definitely want to go ahead and check it out. But so happy to have you here. The support from you has been amazing. So many of you that are here watching today have been supporting us, sending us messages, and just letting us know the things that you need. We appreciate you, Shauna, for being here. Lee, thank you for the great questions that gives us ideas onto what kind of content to also make, because I think that you asked very specific questions that are going to allow us to make some short form videos, right? For that other content creators and other producers and things of that sort have those kind of
Yeah.
questions. So we'll
Thank you all.
definitely keep it in mind. Your number one requested feature, which is to have an auto content button that makes your content for yourself without you having to make it. There's probably AI that we can probably integrate that can actually accomplish that, right? You can now make videos, without being on camera, without speaking, just using AI technology. So I don't think we're too far from that feature there.
We will do
Lee.
some
Right.
research, but
Right.
definitely, again,
Yeah.
that's exactly what helps us to evolve. So
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
idea, we tell our clients all the time, like, tell me your dream. Okay, like, don't tell
Right.
me that the small little thing you want to have. This is kind of obvious. Tell me whatever you thought that it's just even not
Right.
possible with technology.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not possible, but at least we will try, and it will make us to think. And if not this, something else. This is the way we believe we will evolve. So we want this community. We want you with
Right.
us. That's why we're going towards those weekly town halls. That's
Yeah.
why we're so active in the social media.
Mhm.
And we promise that we are available for any comment, any feedback, any questions.
Yeah, and if anything, like a lot said, you can always join inside of the private Facebook group. It's a great way to be able to connect. Myself and a lot are very active in there, so we're able to answer questions and engage with you at a deeper level. This has been a great first town hall. I think that it actually did better than I actually would imagine. Not just the questions, right? I think it's so important that when these town halls are driven by the questions that the audience is asking, it just makes the production of it so much easier, right? But we accomplished the one goal that we wanted to achieve here today, was to start answering questions from the people that are out there creating content. And we answered that question today, right? Can you edit your live streams while you're live? You saw that ProScenes editor allowed you to be able to do that. We showed you ways for you to be able to get creative with your content. And these are tools, once again, that are available to you in the free option, right? Get this weekend, spend 30 minutes, 15 minutes, get in there, create your account, see how easy it is to go ahead and utilize the tool, right? Go directly to evmux.com, create your account, and then from there, just start going in there. You're going to have access to the knowledge base, right? Which is a series of all the videos that I've created, training you on all the features, making it easier to where if you have a question, how do I use push to talk? How do I add animated lower thirds? There's a video available for you, right? In a secret That's a secret video library that's not available to the whole public yet, right? So you have to create an account to be able to get that. So go to evmux.com. I don't have any final closing words, Alad. I'm just extremely excited for this.
Me too.
What
Me
about
too.
yourself? Why don't you wrap this up here?
Yeah, so I'll wrap that up. Thank you, Anthony, again for doing it amazing with me. Just getting started, guys. Take advantage of us. We will.
Yeah.
We would like to hear from you, as we said like 1,000 times, and we will keep saying that because that's the whole thing is about, for you to get a better tool. See you next week, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How you say it? You say see you on the next video, right?
Yeah.
Do
See
it.
you
Do
in
it
the
like
next
you're
video.
doing with
Yeah.
me.
I'll see you in the next video. All right.
Yeah.
See you later. Have a
Bye
good one.
bye.
Bye.